What if one African leader dared to take on the French banking empire that's controlled his country's wealth for decades? Ibrahim Traoré just did, and the entire financial world is watching in shock.
This is the story of how Ibrahim Traoré is shaking the foundations of French control in Africa, starting with the banks. In a move that has sent shockwaves through the financial and political landscape of West Africa, Ibrahim Traoré, the transitional president of Burkina Faso, has flipped the script on the powerful French banking system. For decades, former French colonies in Africa, including Burkina Faso, have operated under a monetary framework heavily tied to France through the CFA franc, a currency introduced during colonial times and long criticized for perpetuating economic dependence. But Traoré is changing that narrative in bold and unapologetic ways. In recent months, Traoré has spearheaded a series of reforms aimed at reclaiming national economic sovereignty. His administration has begun the process of distancing Burkina Faso from the CFA franc, signaling a potential breakaway from the French-controlled financial architecture. This currency has long been seen by critics as a tool of neo-colonialism, as it ties the economies of West African countries to the policies and institutions of the French treasury. Under Traoré's leadership, that grip is beginning to loosen. French banks operating in Burkina Faso are already feeling the heat. Restrictions and regulations introduced by Traoré's economic team have reduced the outflow of national wealth to foreign financial institutions. In place of foreign-controlled interests, his government is promoting local investment, regional financial cooperation with other Sahel countries like Mali and Niger, and a push toward a sovereign national currency that would reflect the true value and autonomy of the Burkinabe economy. But Traoré's actions haven't gone unnoticed. International financial observers have noted that France is increasingly concerned about the ripple effects these policies could have throughout Francophone Africa. The withdrawal of Burkina Faso from French economic influence threatens the broader stability of France's long-standing dominance in the region. Other leaders are watching closely. If Traoré succeeds, it could set off a chain reaction, one that inspires neighboring countries to take similar steps toward economic independence. Yet Traoré's motivations aren't solely economic. His broader strategy is about political liberation. He has repeatedly emphasized that true independence means controlling one's own resources, financial, mineral, and human. Under his leadership, Burkina Faso is taking steps to ensure that national wealth, particularly from gold and other natural resources, stays within the country and benefits its people. This marks a sharp contrast with previous governments that often worked hand in hand with multinational corporations and foreign banks. Of course, these moves come with risks. Traoré faces mounting pressure from international financial institutions and geopolitical powers that benefit from the status quo. Sanctions, diplomatic isolation, and economic retaliation are all on the table. But Traoré appears unfazed. In fact, his popularity within Burkina Faso is rising, especially among the youth and working class who view him as a leader unafraid to challenge imperial legacies and reclaim national dignity. The story of Ibrahim Traoré is still being written. But one thing is clear: he's not just fighting for Burkina Faso's sovereignty. He's challenging a deeply entrenched system that has defined the economic reality of West Africa for over half a century. And for the first time in a long time, the script is changing, and it's being written by Africans themselves. The tables are turning, and Traoré is just getting started.